obviously frustrating loss, and give Mountain credit. Obviously, they played well. They did a really good job executing offense, getting their shooters made shots, creating opportunities for them to make shots. Junior Robinson was terrific, but we just weren't where we needed to be mentally to compete in a game like that. And you can't play in spurts. You can't be thinking about other stuff if you're going to try and win that game. And we keep trying to think that we can tempt fate and try and maybe give the bare minimum or take possessions off or do whatever and still come out on top, and you can't. And we're struggling to learn that lesson.
It seemed like on the runs where you guys were, after you got down, the energy would pick up. How did that inconsistent energy really affect you guys today?
It kills you. I mean, I felt like the cheerleading coach tonight, where you're just trying to like rally guys to keep playing. And there were so many opportunities in the game for us to either, the start of the game originally or the start of the second half, where we had opportunities to finish plays or get stops or do whatever, and we didn't do it. And then you're right, then all of a sudden we're down and we start to like try and fight back. Well, why not fight from the start? And that's what we talked about in the locker room is Mount's a really talented team. Obviously their record in conference is terrific, and they're going to put pressure on you. And so the more possessions that you're not where you need to be mentally, where you need to be positionally, you're going to not have success. And that's what happened. And it's a simple formula, but it's also hard to execute. And with 5 games left in the regular season, I would have hoped that lesson would have been learned at some point. But it seems like we're needing to be taught it again. It's frustrating.
Does the 11-0 run at the end kind of show what this team can accomplish when everybody's kind of working in sync?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, like we've had all those. Like at some point in time, you've got to start to be able to do that for a sustained amount of time. And so if that's the most frustrating part. That's what I told my locker room. One of the most frustrating things for a coach is not being able to get guys to understand what needs to be done or to be able to do it for long enough. You watch all of our games. We have spurts where we play great, and then there's like maybe someone's open and they get missed, or maybe they get a bad foul call, or maybe they get tired, or maybe some adversity hits, and we don't continue to play that way. Last weekend, that didn't happen to us at all last weekend. The ball moved, guys were locked in, communication was great, guys weren't barking at the officials, guys weren't barking at each other. Everybody was on the same page, and we found success. Today, it wasn't that way. And so it's great to have some runs here and there. It's great to but why not do it all the time if that's going to give you the best chance to win? And what are you saving yourself for? Like, what are we waiting for? April, May, June? Like that's when we want to be at our peak. Like right now, we want to be playing the best basketball we can play. And so to be as inconsistent as we were tonight is troubling.
When you put together back-to-back wins, was there a sense that you guys were starting to figure something out? Did that go away tonight? Or?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Mount's obviously a good team, and again, we lost a close game to them. I don't know if we were as sharp in practice this week as we were last week. Coming off 2 close losses from the previous week, guys were locked in. Guys came ready to compete, and not that we've had a ton of success this year, but handling success sometimes is as difficult as handling failures. And I don't know. I don't think we had the same edge in practice the last couple of days, and we obviously didn't have the same edge on the court tonight. They did whatever they wanted from a offensive standpoint, and especially in a game where we shoot 48%. I mean, it just is doesn't make any sense. You would think, if you shoot 48%, we score 70 points, which is above our average. We should be feeling good about ourselves and maybe be flying around even more, but it didn't seem to be good enough.
Seems like Junior Robinson got a bucket every time they needed one. What did he do specifically that really kind of gave the team trouble?
I mean, he's just tough to guard, right? I mean, he's so quick, and he shot the ball so well. The one he made on tape was brutal. I thought the other one he made to end the half the end shot clock on Maddie. I don't know if Maddie was aware that the shot clock was winding down, and so kind of gave them a little bit of life. But sometimes, those are the easiest shots in the game. And I sound like my college coach friend Dumphy used to talk about all the time. It's the easiest shot in the game because there's no pressure on it. If you miss it, you had to shoot it, and they made a couple of those late shot clocks where we weren't tough enough to be able to get the stop, or we gave up some offensive rebounds there in the second half that were critical, that led to buckets. And we'll go back and watch the film, and we'll see guys that stopped on plays, and guys that we need to rely on in order to be a good team that are stopping, and so it makes it hard to get over the hump.